So this is something that we call, what do we call it? Taco salad. We call it taco salad. This is ridiculous that we call it. People are never going to understand. They will laugh. They will laugh at us because there's nothing taco salad about it. But this was something we ate pretty much every day for like 4 years. Can you believe that? 4 years, yeah. Because we were hardcore paleo motherfuckers. So this, you know, taco salad is pretty straightforward. It's like starch, meat, and then, you know, with Mexican seasonings, and then whatever, like lettuce and shit like that, like a salad. So this isn't really that far-fetched. We can all fucking get over the fact that there's no taco salad to this taco salad. But you know what? That's what it's called, so we're just gonna go with it. All I owned was 2 sweet potatoes, like the other sweet potato video, less than what I thought I owned. But it actually worked out. This was more than enough food. This was a ton of food. So total, it was 250 grams of sweet potato, which again is more than enough. So we each had, no, it was 250 grams each of sweet potato. That's what that was. Cut it up and so I was debating speeding this up, but I thought it looked kind of disorienting. Is that the word? So we're watching this in slow-mo, but it's really straightforward. Just chop up some sweet potato, which is 225 calories and 52 carbs. Dude, so if you're low carb, like, I mean, this was pretty much like the only, I swear this was like one of the only carbs I was getting back in the paleo days. 52 carbs a day. No, I think we were doing more sweet potato because we had more. But okay, so that's probably like 50 cents a sweet potato or less. No, it had to be way less than that. I'm talking to you. Smiley, what's up with that? Okay. Bust out the bacon juice. Anyway, so I learned from myself, my last video, that 1 teaspoon per sweet potato is pretty sufficient. More is unnecessary. So 2 teaspoons of bacon. You know, usually when I put oil on food, like potatoes or whatever, I let it, I'm waiting for you to say something. Okay, I make it. I force it to be liquid. I do. And this time I was like, fuck it, we're not doing that. We're just gonna throw it in there and see what happens. And what happened? It worked out. That's what happened. Trick question. All right. Stir, stir, stir. Man, 2 sweet potatoes each was actually pretty sufficient. What are you dancing to? Okay. Alright, bust out the salt. Just a dash will do. So, the cameraman is sitting beside me as I record this, and he's laughing as quietly as possible. Yes, I am talking to you, Mark. You did a nod. Tip the brow. Nice to meet you, lady. Here, say something to this. What's going on here? Alright, that's cool. We can just do it this way. There is no magic going on. It's just sweet potatoes being baked. My oven goes a little hot, but I think I put it around 350, and I try to check it maybe every 10 or 15 minutes, but I am kind of, I don't try that hard, I guess. If I smell them burning, I'm not burning, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, it's cooking, you know, that kind of thing, then I'll check on them. So I put another teaspoon, single teaspoon of bacon juice, and then that is, I think that's what, grass-fed beef? Yeah, okay, cool. That is like, what is it? I don't know. That's some lean ass shit. That is some lean shit. I want to say it's like 130 calories per 4 ounce. So this was excessive. Like, I knew that cooking a pound of fucking beef for 2 people, even though that's what we used to do, we used to cook a pound of beef for the 2 of us, but we don't do that. I mean, it's been so long since we really do that, just because we're trying to be more efficient, you know, not just bust it all out at once. Okay, so that is chipotle powder and cumin and a dash of onion powder and garlic powder. But the thing is, I didn't put a lot. It's really like, that's garlic right there. That's not very much. I couldn't even taste it actually, but it was still really delicious. What else? Oh yeah, basil. I don't know why. Basil just takes it where it needs to go, right? Yeah. Another dash of salt. Stir, stir, stir. What do I do? Do I speed it up? I can't remember. I do something to this video because it's like, I cut it up because it's way too long to show you. A couple dashes of hot sauce. I put the lid on. I never put the lid on, but I put the lid on. So there it is. I put the lid on and then I turned it all the way down and I pretty much let it just sit and keep warm. I sped this up because this shit will take forever. So, say something? No? Okay. When we used to make this, we never would make pico de gallo. We never would, but this is where it's at. Yeah. Yes, it is. Alright, 1 tomato gets the job done. Yeah, there's nothing much to say here other than, yeah! Yeah, I had to speed this up. I was like, everybody's gonna die if I don't. I will die. 1 tomato. I had a half a lime cut. I think that was for like your beer or something? I don't know. Okay, maybe not. Excuse me, what did you say? Okay. That was a half a lime, but I ended up putting a whole other lime. The more liquid, the better. You know, you don't even have to do the pico de gallo. If you just squeeze lime over the top of it, like, the job's done, you know? You can clock out and go home. That's you can just go ahead and say it's done. So, but I went the extra mile because why did I go the extra mile? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I'm asking. Who am I asking? Am I asking YouTube? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I went the extra mile in fast motion. A little slice of onion. Slice. Yummy. More lime. More cilantro. I am scared of jalapeno juice, as you know. So I make you cut it every time. Dude, it's like, there's a part of my brain that it insists that I will touch a jalapeno, like once it's cut, I will somehow it'll be like a dream where you have to do something. I have to touch my eye. Like, in that order. If I cut jalapeno, I have to touch my eye. And if I don't cut the jalapeno, I also don't have to touch my eye. So it's a win all the way around. So I don't do it, I make you do it. But then when I was living alone, I pretty much cut up jalapeno every day. It's weird. I was really nervous back then. I'm a much more relaxed person due to your support. Oh, look at that. Extra work. Going the extra mile. Holy shit. Where does this mile take us? The Pico Land! Alright. I try to pull out the stems on YouTube, but when no one's looking, I don't do that. I definitely don't do that, no. 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 I put a ton of cilantro to be bold, to make myself look confident and like a baller. Like, wow, she can afford a shitload of... It was definitely a status move. Oh, yeah, I'm rich. Didn't I show you all that cilantro? You're crying. You're crying, but you're laughing very quietly. Look at this. I had to speed this shit up, mostly because I was scared for you, but I worked out. Do you ever touch your Come on, this is a serious question. Do you ever touch your eye after you got a jalapeno? You do or you don't? You do? Oh my god. I knew it. Anyway, so there's you. I don't know if you can tell, but that's not me. That's you. Because again, I'm not touching that jalapeno. But I can afford. I can afford to use it. Come on, you're not helping. So I slowed that down. I slowed that down to normal speed because you gotta see it all. But then I sped it back up. It's like you don't want to see us chopping. By us, I mean you. You don't want to see yourself chopping lettuce. And you did a good job, even though you used the jalapeno knife and the jalapeno cutting board, but you know what? You trust your instincts. And I trust them too, so that worked out. I didn't even see you touch your eye. Oh yeah, I took this out of the oven. You like cheese. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Yeah. So my pile on the right has no cheese and yours has cheese because you like cheese. And it's like a little hugel culture bed. Right there. It's a hugel culture bed. We're gonna grow some lunch. And then what else? Usually I don't put the lid on, so there's the liquid evaporates, but this time I tried something new and I had all that juice. That looks like a ton of food. It's insane because it wasn't actually a ton of food. It was like, I think my side came out to like 400 calories, 450 calories, something, maybe like 500. I mean, that's not a fucking insane meal at all. Even though that's a lot of fucking hugel culture food. That is a massive. That's a massive mass. We amassed a large food. Okay, so like I said, we don't normally put pico de gallo, but it made sense. So if I hadn't made that, I would have just put lime over it, like I mentioned like 3 minutes ago. And so the more lime you put in the pico, the better, because I mean, that really does add a lot. It's hard to under stress it, and if you can afford an extra an extra lime, I'd say go for it. And then what else? Pour that lime, do it. If you eat dairy and you put cheese and sour cream, if you like cheese, it's so good. It's so good. But doing it that way is fine too. I think this costs maybe what, $7 or something like that. $7, cheap meal, not bad. Fucking fresh. Fresh.